Hey, hey, beautiful beings of light, it's Mandy. How's everybody doing today? I chose this little frame because I think it goes well with the title. And the question I have for you today is, what are you magnetizing into your life? Also, if anyone can help me out, I haven't been able to find the sparkle filter on Facebook Live. I used to use that sparkle filter all the time and I love it, and it disappeared. So if you're a Facebook Live person and you know what I'm talking about and you can support me with that, like, did Facebook take it away completely, or am I just not seeing it, or what? Because I really love the sparkle filter and I can't find it. It's not on here. What's up, Serenity? How are you, beautiful? I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to jump on, or a couple seconds. Either way, do me a favor, when you jump on, comment below, say hi, or hashtag replay below if you're catching the replay. Feel free to drop in your favorite emoji. How are you feeling today? Took me a second to even remember what today is. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, whenever you have your own business and kind of live the way that I live, it's you're not really like on a schedule. It's not like, oh, today's Monday, today's Tuesday. It's like every day is an awesome day. So comment below, say what's up when you join. I want to talk about, what are you magnetizing? I think so many people are completely unaware that we are actually magnetizing stuff into our lives. Literally, we're magnets. Like, whatever you have going on right now is what you're going to be creating for your future. So it's kind of a good thing to be aware of, because then you can realize, well, if I'm thinking shitty thoughts and I'm feeling some type of way, and I'm, my focus is in a certain way and my vibrational frequency is a certain way, then chances are you're going to keep attracting those same things, because law of attraction, which is one of the laws of the universe, there's lots of laws, but law of attraction obviously is going to continue to respond to whatever your dominant vibration is. Hey, what's up, Chris Smith? How are you? Gianna, how are you? Serenity, how are you? What's up, Nydia? How are you, beautiful? So I want to talk about how we're all magnets, and that we literally are magnetizing into our life everything that we're thinking, speaking, and feeling, which is really amazing if you think about it. And at the same time, it kind of brings you to this awareness of, wow, that means I get to be very disciplined with what I'm thinking, feeling, and speaking, because if you're not, then chances are whatever's showing up in your life is not going to be what you necessarily desire. So being conscious of being conscious is something I'm really passionate about, which is something that obviously supported me in transforming my life, becoming more self-aware and becoming more conscious. And it's exactly what I teach, what I preach, what I'm passionate about sharing with other people. And a lot of people don't know this. I didn't always know this. We're not brought up in school knowing this. They teach us all kinds of shit that we really do not even require knowing about, that I personally believe is irrelevant. And the things like this, in terms of our thoughts and how our thoughts create our reality, how we can control our thoughts, that we're not our thoughts, etc., etc., things that I personally believe are really, really of importance, are not taught in school. So if you are conscious and aware, or maybe you're kind of on the brink of it, you're learning more about it, you're already there, whatever it is, I invite and encourage you to please teach your children. Teach your children about these things now, while your children are young, so that your children can understand that they are the creators of their reality and they're the creators of their lives, like we all are. And just imagine, I think sometimes how much differently my life could have been if I would have known all these truths from a young age. And at the same time, I get to remember that everything's always in divine order, that clearly I wasn't meant to know these things then, or else I would have. So that's also a part of like letting go and understanding the process of life, and understanding that everything's always in divine order. And like I said, I encourage you and invite you that if you do know these truths, or maybe you're just learning about it, maybe you require some support, I would invite you to contact me. I have tons of programs. This is what I teach. This is what I do. This is what I'm here for. And if you require support because you're desiring for yourself, for your own life, and obviously for your children's life, please reach out, because I would love more than anything to support you. Serenity says, going to bed soon. Just caught you. Love and light, Mandy. Awesome, sister. I appreciate you, gorgeous. Glad you were able to jump on for a bit. So I want to talk about, what are you magnetizing in your life? That right now we are all magnets, and that we are attracting everything that we're thinking, speaking, and feeling. And then we also get to remember that it is our responsibility, that our lives are our responsibility. And so a lot of times people tend to play the victim. They tend to blame it on everybody else. They tend to blame it on their past or their childhood. Well, guess what? I know for the story. You can stop that right now. Like, literally, you can make the decision right now that you're going to change your thinking about whatever it is, and that you're going to think of it completely differently, and that you're going to change your focus and change your direction. I was actually just in the gym. I did not feel like working out today. I didn't feel like coming to the gym, and I did it anyway, and that's called discipline, okay? So whenever you're doing something that you don't necessarily feel like doing, obviously it takes great discipline, and that's what I told myself. I was like, get up, go to the gym, go get a workout in. I didn't feel like working out yesterday either, and I still did. So, you know, that's something about me. I believe that working out is just a non-negotiable. Now, whether I come to the gym or I do something different, I definitely require moving my body every single day. I have so much energy, even when I'm saying I don't feel like, quote or unquote, feel like it. Maybe I feel tired or whatever. I'm just not in the mood. You know, I'm only human too. But I just get to remember that I require it. And also earthing and grounding. I require that multiple times daily. Multiple times daily. And if you don't know about that, then just hit up Google and look up, you know, earthing, look up grounding, because there's a lot of very, very beneficial things that come out of it. I mean, it balances your hormones, it reduces inflammation in the body, it can support you in having better sleep. There's so many benefits to earthing and grounding, and the reason is because of the electromagnetic frequency, you know, waves, or, you know, the magnetic fields of the earth. I mean, God didn't get it wrong, right? God, source, creator, universe, use whatever resonates with you. But in other words, the creator did not get it wrong, okay? There is a reason why. So get yourself barefooted, you know, walk out in the grass, walk on the beach, you know, get out in the water, the lakes, the rivers, the oceans, whatever it is, but get yourself out in nature, like hug a tree, get dirty, like get in the dirt, get in the mud, like do things that are going to support you in getting close with nature, getting back to the basics. I see a lot of people jumping on. You guys feel free to comment below and say hi. Hey, Natalie, how are you, beautiful? What's up, Jody? Thanks for jumping on. Leonardo, Jason, how are you, my friend? So I just want to say that it's your responsibility, and that we all get to choose our experience. We literally get to choose our experience from like moment to moment to moment, whatever it is. Like I'm about to go run some errands, and I just think to myself, like, I walk into the store and I'm like pushing the buggy and I'm smiling and looking around at people because I'm super high vibe, high energy. And if you think about it, whenever you're somewhere and you're really happy and you're smiling, like people are going to return that love and those smiles to you. And it's just such a beautiful feeling. So even the experience of like going to the grocery store can actually be fun, and it can be awesome, and you can enjoy yourself, and you can spread love and light all throughout the grocery store. And, you know, like I'll strike up conversations. I was just chatting with someone here in, you know, Planet Fitness that I don't know, just because that's how I am. And, you know, a few minutes later, I'm like doing my exercises, and I look up and like someone's walking towards me and they're smiling real big. And of course I smile and return the smile. And, but that's just how I roll. So I invite and encourage you guys to like be a little bit more considerate about like how you're operating on a daily basis, you know, realizing that we obviously magnetize everything into our lives. Let's see what's going on. Serenity says, save 2 bees today. Awesome. Hey, Crystal Lynn, how are you, gorgeous? Grounding. Thank you so much for posting that article. I appreciate you, gorgeous. Perfect. Yes, grounding, earthing. Click on this article that my soul sister Crystal just shared and check that out. What's up, Janice? How are you? Hey, Wayne Davis. How are you, my friend? Also, too, I want to talk about, we have something called an emotional guidance system. There's a reason that we have feelings and emotions. God did not get it wrong, okay? And when you're feeling less than desirable, there's a reason, because you are out of alignment. So let's just say, for example, you're angry, or you're thinking negative thoughts, or you're being judgmental against somebody else, or you're feeling very low energy, or you're feeling hopeless, depressed, anxiety, like so many different feelings and emotions. And we get to remember that the reason we're feeling those things is simply because we're out of alignment. Like that's not what God, source, creator, universe feels or thinks about us or desires for our life. Like, use whatever word works for you. I'm not here to tell you what word to use. I use God a lot. Sometimes I say universe. But in other words, I believe we all can agree that there is a source or a creator out there that created you and I, and that there's a reason that we're here. There's a divine purpose and a reason that each and every one of us are here. There's only something that only each and every one of us can fulfill. And when you start to embrace that about your life, you no longer just go through life like a train on tracks, feeling some type of way, you know, and just kind of going through the motions. You're actually in a place of like, wow, what am I here for? What am I passionate about? Because whatever you're passionate about is what you are here for, okay? And you can find a way to be able to make income from that, whatever it is. I promise you, you can. If you really dig deep, you can. So understanding that we have an emotional guidance system, and that the reason that we feel a certain kind of way is we get to lean into those feelings. Like, lean into whatever it is that you're feeling, and don't make it wrong. Be very gentle with yourself. Lean into it and say, what is this trying to teach me? What is this, you know, what is this that I require being a little bit more aware of? Like, why are these things going on, okay? Because like I said, in the past, I used to have challenges with depression, and I took antidepressants for 16 years. I used to drink a lot of alcohol. I'm also an intuitive. I'm a healer. Like, I'm very, very sensitive, and I used to think there was something wrong with me. And now I know there is nothing wrong with me at all. It's just that I'm very highly sensitive, that I was created as a messenger, as a healer, as an intuitive, and as a person to be here on this earth to support other people. And when I used to think that I was crazy because I was so sensitive and so emotional and all that, now I actually understand and know that it's because I am just very sensitive. I pick up other people's energies, energies just in general, vibrational frequencies, whatever it is. And so now I can embrace my light. I can embrace these things as these are my gifts versus in the past, obviously feeling some type of way. So I invite you to be very gentle with yourself, and whatever it is that you're feeling, just let it be okay. Let it be okay. That's the goal, whatever it is, and lean into it, right? If it's anger, it's your joy and happiness returning, or sadness, your joy and happiness returning. If it's your fear, it's faith returning. Like, remember that it's what's returning, okay? And it doesn't have to be wrong, all right? Also, too, let's see, I wrote a couple notes. I want to talk about your higher self. We all have a higher self. We all have a higher self. And are you living from your higher self? Are you even aware that there is a higher self? Are you even aware that there's, other options out there available to you? Are you aware that you are not your thoughts and that you can actually transform whatever your thoughts are, and that you can become very disciplined in your thinking? Are you aware of these things? Because I used to not be either, so that's why I like to talk about it. So understanding that we have a higher self that is really here to support us and guide us through our life. That's what your intuition is, or your inner wisdom, or your inner being. And when you get really quiet and you start understanding that whenever you follow your intuition, right, which is your gut, whenever you follow what feels good for you, then that is the path. That is God's will, okay? Your will is God's will. God's will is your will. Whatever is in your heart, okay? So this is very powerful. If there is something out there that you desire for your life, understanding and knowing that it can come to pass. There is a reason that you desire these things for your life. It's not just because. There is an absolute reason why you desire the things that you desire, and understanding that your higher self, your divine guidance, your inner wisdom, all of these things will lead you to that. You just get to trust, and you get to believe, and you get to listen. You get to tune in, and you get to listen. Hey, what's up, you guys? Thanks for jumping on. What's up, Cody, my beautiful sister? Hey, Sonia, Chris, Callie, Justin, how are you, my friend? So yeah, I mean, that's the reality of it all, is that if we can imagine it, that our higher self has actually experienced it before, because really this is all an illusion. There's no such thing as time. And that's just kind of going a little bit off the deep end, because some people are just not necessarily aware of some of these truths. And so to keep it a little bit more simple and basic, I'm just going to say that if you can imagine it, and if you can see it, you can hold it in your hand. And there's a reason that you feel the way that you feel about whatever it is that you desire in your life. You're not crazy. You're not weird. It's not just like something that you've kind of conjured up, like I'm being funny. In other words, there is a purpose and a reason. And so once again, just understanding that we have a higher self. And so when people say, wow, you've changed, or what's changed? It's like, I didn't change. I just got closer to my divinity. I began to stop distracting myself. I stopped taking antidepressants. I stopped drinking alcohol. I stopped eating a bunch of bad food. I stopped emotional eating. I stopped binge eating. I stopped doing the things that would distract me from whatever it is that's really going on. I mean, we all have these different ways that we do stuff, right? And so when you get to this place where you just start to understand that, like, I'm no longer available for those things, and I get to choose my experience every single day, and I choose to only be surrounded by those people who are also high vibrational, beings, and that desire to have amazing experiences in their life, and that are fucking committed to this, however it is that it looks like for them, then those are the kind of people that I desire to be around. And once again, the title of this video, what are you magnetizing? That's the truth. If you're a magnet and you're only attracting what you're thinking, speaking, and feeling, if you can imagine that you start to bring yourself up out of whatever it is you're going through, maybe for a long time you've been a certain kind of way, maybe you've hung around a certain kind of people, been in a certain kind of environment, whatever it looks like for you. Could be a bad relationship, could be a bad marriage. I mean, it could be so many things. Could be, living in a town that you're not happy, whatever it looks like. It could be in a job that you hate. I mean, I'm going off right here. I appreciate the love, my friends. The reality of it is that if you're higher self and you have a desire for something, different, and you trust in that, there is a reason that you're being guided towards that. And yes, you can have whatever that is. It is available to you. And so I invite you to become committed to where you are in your life by being disciplined in your thoughts and in your thinking, and also being open to the possibility and the awareness that you can actually have everything that you absolutely desire. Just like I said, I'm going to create an online business and I'm going to travel the world. Holy cow, did I have any idea that it would turn into what it did? I won a Juice Fast retreat in Bali, and that turned into 7 months of epic travel last year. Seriously, like, like all those things. Did I know how that was going to pan out? Did I even have a clue that there would be a contest that I would be able to enter to win a juice fast retreat in Bali? No, absolutely not. And a couple months before I won that, I was in this place of like, man, I would love to go to Bali. How amazing would that be? I was actually living in Florida at the time, and I was walking the beach in Florida pretending like I was in Bali, even though I'd never been there before. And like I just talked about a second ago, if you can imagine it, your higher self has already been there. If you can imagine it, I mean, our brains are so powerful. You know, when you think about, let's say right now, if I said, pretend like you're in Cancun and you're on the beach and you're on a vacation, like we all could right now pretend like we're in Cancun on the beach on a vacation. We could see what it would look like. We could feel what it would feel like. We can smell the smells. We can hear the sounds. We can feel the feelings of exhilaration of being on the beach and being on a vacation and being in Mexico and whatever that looks like for you. Like, how can we do that? How can we do that, you ask? It's because we are very, very, very highly intelligent creatures, and our minds are that powerful. So anything that you can imagine that you desire, there is a reason why. And because I personally believe that it is because that your higher self has already been there, and that is, you know, a dream of yours that you can fulfill. And so I'm just here to encourage you today that whatever it is that you desire, don't give up on your dreams. Don't feel like it's impossible. Don't always try to figure out the how and the why and the where and the when and the who and when it's going to happen. Just trust that everything is always in divine order and that it is going to come to pass, whatever that looks like for you. Okay, you know, just focus on that, trusting that and knowing that, following your inner wisdom, following your inner guidance, following your emotional guidance system. Remember, if it doesn't feel good, then that means that you're out of alignment. Like, change your thinking, change your focus, whatever that is. I mean, if you're constantly focused on a scarcity, lack, fear mentality about money, about whatever it is, well, then that's what you keep on attracting, and that doesn't feel very good. The reality is that we live in an abundant universe. God, source creator, is our provider. I am God funded. I am God supplied. You know, go outside once again, do some earthing, put your feet in the ground, close your eyes, imagine your feet like growing roots down into the ground, all the way down, knowing that you are connected to God, source, creator, universe, and that you are abundantly supplied in all areas. I mean, even looking around right now, I'm looking over and I see like 15 little trees. You know, that's an example of abundance. There's abundance all around. So it's all about what you're focusing on, my friends. You know, and it's really interesting because as someone who used to have challenges with depression, now I find myself where I'm just having a time of sadness, right? Because I mean, like, I'm only a human being and things do happen. I don't consider myself anymore being in the realms of depression, by no means. And what I can remember about those very dark times is that the way that my mind operated and worked, and then the way that I am now with all of my tools in my toolkit and the things that I've learned, which is what supports me and supports my clients and how I create my programs and everything that I do, is that I know there are other people out there that have these same types of challenges. I know I'm not the only one, and it's beautiful because I know that I actually went through all of those things. I grew through all those things. I required having those experiences so that I could be here to support other people. And it's just a really beautiful thing. So I'm so enthusiastic. And as you guys can tell, thank you so much for being here, whether you're catching the replay or you're watching the live video. I see a lot of people jumped on. I'm not even going to call out the names because there's way too many of y'all. But feel free to comment below and say hi if you choose. I'm also going to post really quick a link to my brand new program. We started yesterday and it's absolutely phenomenal. Everybody's already fired up, rocking and rolling. It's called Revitalize Your Life, and it's really about getting some serious clarity about where you're at in your life right now and what you have going on. Hey, what's up, Michelle, my beautiful sister? It's about getting clarity where you're at in your life right now and what you have going on. What are your thought processes? It's so interesting how I woke up this morning and I had 2 messages from people, someone that I had reached out to because I saw a post, and another person that had messaged me about like anxiety and ADHD and things of that nature. And it's like, wow, I love to shed light upon these subjects because the reality is that, you know, anxiety is living in the future, depression is living in the past. And like I said, I have been there before. So I'm not just some person that's jumping on Facebook trying to tell all these other people about how you should think this way or think that way. Okay, I'm saying all this out of love and compassion and very gently, but, you know, or canceling but. And the reality is that we are creating our reality. We are magnets, and whatever we're focusing on is exactly what we're going to be attracting. So whatever you're thinking, speaking, and feeling, and if you have this belief in your mind that because something's been a certain kind of way, say that it's going to continue to be that way, I mean, chances are it's very fear-based. And if you're communicating that to your body's like, okay, cool, more anxiety, more things to be anxious about, more things to have fear about. Okay, cool. And like I said, it's law of attraction. So you think one thought and that attracts another thought and that attracts another thought, and then it literally just keeps on going until it's eventually you just spill the fuck over, and you know, you're going to turn to eating a brownie or drinking some wine or doing something, you know, that wouldn't be ideal for you had you stopped and really controlled your thoughts. So if you're having challenges in those areas, please feel free to reach out. We can talk more personal about it. I do a lot of the Facebook audios through Facebook Messenger, just supporting people and encouraging them, you know, with videos and just things that I know about, because that's how I overcame my own challenges, and it's very beautiful. So like I said, I keep on saying that. Hey, Monica Duncan, my sister, thank you, Colin, so much. So film love and appreciation for each and every one of you. If you require support, my program is still open. The doors are still open. You can still join. You're not late. You won't miss anything. You'll get the work. You'll get the assignment for lesson 1. You'll get going on that. And if you require support in any area, just click this link right here. I pinned the comment. You can read my webpage, comment below this video if you have questions. Also, you can feel free to send me a private Facebook message and share this video to your timeline. If anything that I've said here today resonates with you, because there's so many people out there that are suffering, and honestly, you know, we're the ones that are we're the creators of our own suffering, and I used to be that person, so I totally fucking get it. And there's so many people out there that are just suffering because they really have no idea, and they're masking their symptoms, they're masking their challenges, they're you know, they're trying to escape their reality with alcohol, which is what I used to do. You know, I took antidepressants for 16 years. I'm just going to reiterate all that. I've been off antidepressants for 6 years. I've given up alcohol for 2 years and 7 months. Like, I'm highly committed to keeping my vessel, you know, clean, with my nutrition, with my workouts, with being committed to my spiritual practice, with being committed to my consciousness, with doing my meditations, with doing my grounding and my earthing. And that is why I'm able to support people the way that I am, because of how committed I am. So I really, you know, desire to get this message out that, you know, there is a better way. And if you guys require support, you know where I'm at, you know how to find me. Film love and appreciation. Says, thank you for all your support. You're welcome, gorgeous. I appreciate you commenting, and I look forward to chatting with all of you guys soon. Have an amazing rest of your Tuesday, and feel my love and light and appreciation. Mwah! Bye, guys.